Dear students, welcome to the knowledge series. Today we are going to discuss in the area of operating system. Before I discuss this topic, let me give an outline about the computer. Computer means it's a device that accepts the information through our keyboard and thereby it processes it and delivers the output that we see across the monitor. But beyond this, there are a lot of other way this terms computer itself we pronounce. A computer is a device that accepts the informations and it can manipulate to produce a results based on the program or a software or a sequence of instructions that is being stored, and based on that, if you try to look across the computer architecture, it has a hardware architecture, it has a external structures, it has internal structures. So let's see the external structure of the computer. It has a keyboard which accepts the input. It has a CPU that processes the informations that delivers through given through the keyboard, or it does so many computing activities that supports the so many devices of the computer. So this is a CPU which is used for the processing, a monitor that is used to display the output, a speaker that used to deliver the audio output, a printer that used to print based on the output command, a mouse that used to give a animations with respect to the input that we used to give to the computer. These are the basic components. In nutshell, we can say that the basic function of a computer in a 4 stages. We say that it has an input, it has an output, it does the processing, and it does the storage inside this one. So basically, input is nothing but inserting of a data and instructions. Processing is nothing but computing based on the given instructions, and output or the retrieving data or informations can be in the display forms or can be in any other forms, maybe audio or in the form of a display over the piece of papers. So these basic parts of the computers used to do a major set of activities. So these computer, when we try to see, it has in nutshell, it is a collections of a hardware, it is a collections of a software. So there are a hardware component is there which we can see, and there is a software component which resides inside this CPU. And of course, all these devices is also having a memory, so it also stores certain to a certain levels. So based on this particular terms, we will switch over to the basic area of our discussions, that is the operating systems. So when we try to see the operating systems, actually operating systems is it's basically a system software that resides inside the this CPU. So it does the activities like it creates a interface between the hardware as well as the users. That means the hardware part and the user part. So that is the basically the interface of the operating systems between the user and the hardware. Now when we talk about the operating systems does not directly deal with the users or the user cannot directly deal with the hardware, but it makes the users to interact with the operating systems, and thereby the operating systems will makes the users demand to be fulfilled by the CPU. So that is what we see in this particular case. Now if you see across this one, the input is given, it processes, it delivers output as a basic computer systems, and the computer has a memory, and that is the main memory or the RAM, which is close to the processor. So that's why the processor CPU is to always directly interact with the main memory oftenly, and the secondary memory is to store a large amount of a data based on the demand from the main memory. Secondary memory delivers the or swap out the data to the main memory, and that thereby the processor can process that main memory's data, and it delivers the output. So the processor is acting as an interface between the input informations and the output needs. Now inside this processor is the operating systems. So operating systems, as so far I was talking that that it is an interface between the hardware, that is the internal part, and the users. So whatever the users needs, it acts as a internal structures, so that it can able to deliver the appropriate output. Now coming to the role of this particular operating systems. Actually, the role of the operating system exactly is the same as I have narrated, that it acts as an interface between the hardware and the program that is requesting as a from the user's side. So it's basically the most fundamental of all the system software programs, because system software program is basically related to the operating systems, because the operating systems has to do a more complex task which a normal user program is not need to do, because if the user program is made complex, then it will not able to carry out a easy means, thereby the user levels program or the complexity may increase. So to make the users user friendly, their program level is made lesser complex, or so, and on the other hand the operating system function is made more complex, because many functions of the user does not always needed in a multiple applications. So instead of that, all the application real supporting packages is being put across in the system level, and the operating system used to interact with that system level program, so that based on the user's need, the corresponding systems is being addressed or being interacted, thereby the operating system can able to execute the needs of the users. So that's how the operating systems functions. Now the basically the role of the operating system is just like a manager, and so the manager that manages all the resources allocated to these computer systems, so that it can be easily performed. Now what are those resources? There is a processor, as I told you, there is a processor is there is a memory is there, and there is inside processor there's so many file system is there, so many input output devices is there, you have seen across this one. So all these thing is being handled by the operating systems. So that's why the role of the operating system is to supervise all these things. So that's why it acts as a manager, or in simple word, it is it's an interface between the user and the machines. Now coming further, if you try to see across the operating system, it's basically a software, as I told you, system software which performs basically a task like a memory management, peripheral management, multitasking, security, user interface, process management, handling input output, file management, and controlling several peripherals. That is what a peripheral management. disk, such as a disk drive or a printers. All this activity is being carried out by the operating systems. So, so if you look across these particular functions, and the operating systems basically in the system calls sections. If I'm talking about these sections, it does that initially when you start the computer, it is booting. So this booting process commands is being handled by this in the systems level. So when the booting is actually, what is booting? Booting is a process to start a computer operating systems when we switch on the computers. So this is the booting sections. The other area is that inside this program control is there. So program has to run. Which are the programs? Say for example, when you start the systems, if you want a antivirus programs has to run. So automatically for the security purpose, if you are run, so it may start up. Like that, a different set of programs are being put across in the systems. Will try to identify which are those program it has to integrate and it has to start. And apart from that one, the systems level, it will try to see that what are the files it need to be load, what are the files it need to execute. All this section is going into under this particular case. Not only that one, in a computer we have a hard disk. Along with the hard disk, we try to segregate different drives, say D drive, E drive, F drive. All these things, all these drives are managed by the system level, or in other words, we say that a disk management. So it is a part of it. Not only this, when we talk about a computer, it does several jobs, or we say that several set of process activities. So the process management is done by this particular operating systems. Device controls, say for example, your keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, all this thing is being managed by these operating systems. And whenever a user want to interact, the operating system will try to see that user is compatible to the system's programs or the system language. If it is compatible, then it will accept that command, and based on that it will do the several activities as I stated to you just now. For example, like a memory management, loading, executions, data security, data management, process management, printing, device controlling. All these things is being handled by the systems call. User program means, take for example, you are using a particular paintbrush. So paintbrush program is there. Now this paintbrush has to when you click the icon, the program paintbrush program try to pop up, and thereby you do the certain activities, and it is being displayed. So the popping up of the program by clicking, then using several controls to carry out the drawings and storing, all this command is being handled by systems but executed by the hardware. So thereby you can able to see the activities on the monitor. So input and this input is being given through the keyboard and using mouse, so that thereby the users interactions or users need is being fulfilled based on the systems calls as well as based on the hardware structures. So this is the basic area of the operating systems. Now when we talk about the main functions of the operating systems, beyond this one, you have to remember that as I shown earlier is that this printer, mouse, keyboard, memory inside this CPU, monitor, these are the resources which is managed by the operating systems. So the program that manages such type of resources of a computer is the activities or the function of the operating systems. Now apart from this, the operating system has some other functions. Say for example, it manages the computer resources. That is what I done. All these resources are there. It used to manage by the operating systems. And when we talk about a CPU, automatically we have seen here is that there are several activities is shown across the hardware and the systems calls. So in the system, in the hardware part, you are having a CPU. CPU structure is there, memory is there, inside that disk drive is there, here printer is there. All these activities, if the operating system is try to manage, that is the one functions of the operating systems. The other function of the operating system is that it does the user interface between the user and the hardware. That user interface is the another area of the operating systems. And the next is that it will try to provide several services. Now several services means these are nothing but the services, say peripheral management, memory management, user interface security, multitasking, like that, device controlling, printing controlling, all these things, if it is able to manage under these particular functions, is the part of the operating systems. Now let's see some of the another area of the operating systems. Now when we talk about the operating systems, it has certain responsibilities. Now what are the responsibility? You see that user cannot directly if you talk about a computer, you have a CPU, but CPU is enclosed inside inside a metal chamber, and that has been intact. So that means user cannot directly touch or directly handle that hardware, and the operating systems is been resided inside that hardware or inside that main IC components. So that's why when we talk about the responsibility of the operating system, it hides the complexity of the hardware. Whatever the complexity is there inside that systems, CPU system, that is being kept away from the user. So user cannot see that hardware by keeping the system open. So unless and until you open the system and see, you cannot see this hardware. So that's why every time the hardware is enclosed. That is what I mean to say. Another thing is that the handling between the handling of these hardware resources, that is basically been done by the processor, and that hardware is a part of the memory, and it is a part, when we talk about a memory, it is for the data storage, and hardware means it has an input and it has a output. These are the basic things, that is a processor, memory, input and output. These four things, if it is there, that is the things about the hardware as a generalized way. But when you study more about the operating system, you can see that there are a lot more activities, the responsibility the operating system has is normally carrying out. Now the operating systems, one more responsibility we can put like this one, it shares the input output. It shares the input output, that means the program that is being executed running in the under the operating system, or the application program which is running, thereby the operating systems try to see that it does the sharing of the input requirements to the output. So there is an understanding between input and output through the operating systems, or you can say that sharing of the input and output between set of programs is being handled by the CPU. So this is the just generalized talk about the operating system. Now let's see the some of the types. When you talk about operating systems, nowadays you know that we have different levels of operating system, different versions of operating systems. So but operating systems, when we talk about, we instead of treating in terms of some brand, I mean to say that the operating systems can be used like a character user interface operating system to recognize the character. If you are using for a gaming purpose, so graphical user interface operating system, because the video games needs a higher end operating system, so that's why it is termed as a graphical user interface. Another is the architecture of the operating systems. The operating systems architectures that plays a special roles. So if you are talking about operating systems of a Windows or a operating system of Ubuntu or operating systems with Apple, so all these things will be having a different architectures. Now, apart from that, the functional activity of the operating systems, how the operating systems types varies in terms of a memory management, how the operating system types varies in terms of a process management, how the operating system varies in terms of scheduling of the processes. All this thing is coming under the operating systems types. Now let's see some of the operating systems that is commonly available in the market nowadays. When we talk about the operating systems, actually the classifications of the here one more point I want to, when we talk about the operating systems types, also it depend upon the functionality, like batch processing systems, multi-programming, multitasking, time sharing, real-time operating systems, distributed operating systems, that is what we are using for the internet. So all these things plays a roles with respect to the various types of the operating system. So let's see the example of the operating systems. The common example of the operating systems, if you ask anybody, they will say that as far as their knowledge is concerned, then immediately the Microsoft Windows, they immediately say. So Microsoft Windows has several versions, say Windows 7, Windows 8, so like that. Windows 10 currently is being running, so Windows Vista was there. So these are nothing but the different type of the operating systems. If you talk about Apple Mac OS, so this is the for the Apple computer, this operating system is being used. Then we talk about Ubuntu operating systems, that is basically being supported for the IBM. Then if you talk about mobile operating systems, then Android, these are the operating systems, or Linux operating systems. So that is what we try to talk about. So this is Android. So like that, several operating, iOS, Apple phone operating systems, Symbian operating systems for the Nokia phone. So like that, like this, there are several popular operating systems that we normally come across. Now there are some components of the operating system. Let us see. When we talk about the components of the operating systems, there are different components is there: memory management, device management, process management, security, error detections, device management, job accounting or scheduling, file management. So like that, several management is there. So when we talk about a process management, actually process means it is the it's a program in executions. That is meant by process. You have a program you have written, and that program, if it is executable, then it is a process. Take for example, you have written a program to add two numbers. So if that is executable, then it is a process. So there are numerous processes which is being carried by the computer. Multiple processes running using a multi-program systems. Then if you talk about a memory management is to handle that different level of the data which has to move from the secondary memory to the primary memory. So that is like a page. You have to put a paging systems. All these things is being handled in the memory management based on the instructions of the operating systems. Then the input device management of the keyboard is there, printer is there, all, and even not only this one, even the when you are running a particular display programs, how the particular display is being functioning, what is the contrast level, what is the brightness level, all these things is being managed by the systems. Then the filing systems, file management is used to handle how the file has to be accounted using the operating systems. That is the one different area of the discussions. Then how the security aspects has to be protected for the operating systems. That is what how if is the user can directly directly interact with the operating system or change their certain attributes. All these things need to be protected by the operating systems. Network, if you are connecting to some other network, one systems to another system, how this file management, how this memory management can be shared, like that. Take for example, today we talk about internet, we talked about a cloud computing, we are using a cloud processor, we are using cloud memory, we talk about a machine learning, we talk about GitHub, we talk about Jupyter Notebook, we talk about Google Colab. All these things is based under the sharing of the filing systems or the total processing system, memory systems. All these things is handled by the operating systems. So user interface, the users needs that need to fulfill, all these things is a part of the operating systems. Now operating systems has another activity is that, suppose say for example you are writing a certain process activity. Say for example you are writing your CV and that after writing and after saving, again you want to do some modification, you want to delete certain parts and you have to insert certain new data or information or figures. All this creating and deleting is handled by the operating systems. And you can make the operating system to go to the sleep mode, or you can make the computers to resume back. All these things you give a sleep mode for the operating systems, so that the systems can save the energy and the battery life can be, if it is a laptop, the battery life can be enhanced. All these thing is handled by the operating systems. Operating systems also does is that in the memory we have a word like a fragmentations, so it can able to defragment, or apart from that defragmentation, so that the more process can be saved in an appropriate place, and the CPU performance can enhance. So that is being handled by these particular operating systems. And operating systems can communicate with different programs written in a different platforms. Say for example, your operating systems can interface with Java, it can handle with C, C++, Python. All this thing is possible with the operating systems. Even whenever the system is in the deadlock situations, the operating systems can handle, and it will try to look for the error and try to recover the error, so that the systems can be put to track. So these are the basic activities. And when we talk about services, it does several services looking to the above figure, like a file systems, input-output operations, communication, user interface, programs can be user programs can be executed, and if any error is there, it can be detected and restore back. It can do a memory management, it can do several security activities, and even the error handling, error detections activities or a service can be handled by the operating systems. Now there are some other area is that when we talk about the operating systems, when we talk about the operating systems is not restricted to the activities of the external. It does the internal activities. So that's why we use the word like a systems and the application software. So when you talk about a system and application software, the system and application software is basically is that when the operating system is handling the hardware, it is based on the system software. And whenever the application software is used to perform by the user level, so then this particular software is called as a user related or user interfaced software. So actually application software is used by the to perform a specific task, so that this software can communicate with the will have a understanding with the system software. Thereby the system software can able to perform the activities of the demand from the application software. Now when you talk about a system software, the system software can able to coordinate the several set of activities such as a hardware hardware activities, the activities related to the software. And when we talk about a systems software, the system software, it is used for the operating the computer hardware. And when we talk about the application software is used by the user for performing a specific task, specific task as per the user's need. And system software is basically where it is stored. It is stored inside the hardware or inside the CPU, and this is being installed on the computer when the operating system is installed. Whenever the first time when you install any software for the computer, the CPU is installing the system software, and on the top of it the application softwares are installed according to the user's need. Say you need a Acrobat Reader, you need a Microsoft Words, you need a Microsoft Excel. All this thing is based on the user's needs, and user cannot directly interact with the hardware, and thereby the system software is the one act as a manager between the user and the hardware or the interface. Whereas the user can be able can interact only directly to interact with the application software only, because it is the front of the users, and after the application only the system software is coming. Now system software means it can run independently, and it provides the platform for the operating systems, and thereby the hardware can able to functions based on the system software's command. Operating system instructions, whatever it gives to the hardware, thereby it will carry out. So that's why if user is interacting with the application software cannot interact with the hardware. It has to discuss with the system software, and based on the system software acceptance, it will be decide whether that particular command is to be executed by the CPU for and if it has to execute by the CPU at which time, which interval. All these activities handled by the system software. So that's why in the system software you will be having a compiler, assembler, debugger, all these drivers, everything is coming under the system software. Compiler, assembler, debugger, drivers, everything, and like this type of software is coming inside this system software. When you talk about the application software, say for example you need a Microsoft Word, Excel, or a media player, or you need a particular applications related to PDF converter. So all this thing is a user level software. So that is coming under this application software. So there is a barrier. You can see that user is having a blue shades, application software is having a light green shades, and system software is having a light blue shade, and the core is nothing but a hardware. So this is how this operating system is being designed, because the operating systems does the task. Thereby the user can able to see the needs, whether it has been fulfilled to the extent or not. Higher the complexity of the system software, the better is the processing capabilities. System software is dependent. System software performance can speaks about whether the particular application is able to process through it has been met the needs of the users to an extent or not. So these are nothing but just a generalized idea related to the operating systems. Thank you.